Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another edition of First Look. And in this edition of First Look, I'll be doing First Look UFC 290 Volkanovski versus Rodriguez. Yeah, first look with this one. I'm not at all going into betting odds with this one, but I'm gonna pick out some key fights that you should be looking out for. I'm looking out for, and by me, I'm like, what does that mean? Like, what are you doing? Like, what is this? What is this? What does that mean? You gonna gouge your eyes out? What is this? But yeah, I'm looking out for. I'm looking out for and stuff. And hey, maybe you can put some attention to that as well, or some of these fights. But yeah, the betting odds really ain't all out there yet. They're not really fully finalized or really out there available, at least not where I usually look. So I can't really go too much off that. And also, I'm dropping this video a little bit earlier than usual. Usually, I'll probably drop it, what is this, tomorrow or not Tuesday, Sunday, because, be 12 a.m. or whatnot. But I'm talking too much. A minute into the video, you could have watched like 2 shorts by now. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about the fights that kind of interest me right now. First look. So this really actually probably my first time really looking at the card. So bear with me. I'm probably gonna be going through a little bit. So Chavez versus Tyra. Tyra's getting a much easier opponent than he was going to get before. He's going to get actually another real good prospect in Clayton Rodriguez. Now he's getting another lamb to the slaughter, in my opinion. Chavez ain't bad at all, but against Tasso Tyra, he just nowhere near his skill level, in my opinion. I think Tyra should be able to beat him pretty handily. Should be able to get him done in the distance. Probably a sub prop on there. I remember a couple times Tyra actually had some real good value on prop, like second round sub or something was like plus 1400. So definitely look for those round props. Like, matter of fact, try to maybe bet submission across rounds, or maybe the first 2 rounds or something, or the general sub with Tyra there, like Tyra sub, and I don't know. But yeah, Tyra in the distance, Tyra sub, looking pretty good there. And then you probably get some good value there. Ain't saying you get no phenomenal plus 1400 on those, but anything plus money with Tyra sub in that one is amazing, in my opinion. I think easy money Tyra. Like, you just pick up straight up picking Tyra, easy money. You gonna go for the plus money, it's there, and you have a very good chance of that going through. Next fight, we got I'm not doing all the fights, but it just happened that it's the second fight. Cameron Simon versus guy and Terrence Mitchell, who couldn't even he got slept by Kai Car France, but Terrence Mitchell, he's an okay fighter, but he just tall. That's what it is. Like, he ain't no scrub. He trains hard. Do all the stuff that you gotta do to be a fighter, but he ain't got no perspective in this game in the UFC, in my opinion. Cameron Simon should be able to get him done in the distance. So Cameron Simon in the distance, probably a TKO. Most likely TKO. Cameron Simon TKO is a very good one. Cameron Simon in distance should cover, go there. And Cameron Simon straight up, that's lock. I mean, that's not lock. Yeah, it's lock. I'm gonna say, yeah, Cameron. I'm gonna go lock. Cameron, I would say in that one, I'm gonna go lock. Yeah, Cameron Simon, that's easy money, in my opinion. Straight picking up this like money line, Cameron Simon, that's easy money. The odds might not be that great by the time these odds fully finalized, but that's easy money, in my opinion. Jimmy Crute versus Alonzo Benefield, they're going to rematch again. I think Crute's going to end up being the dog in this one. And I think the fact that Crute is a lot younger than Alonzo Benefield, and Alonzo Benefield is really relying on, hurting him on the feet. It's not like Alonzo Benefield is going to out-wrestle Crute, out-grapple Crute like that. It's really relying on Benefield being able to, stop the takedowns and knock Crute out. And I think he could have some success with that. But I think Crute being a younger guy, actually been able to survive getting hurt by Benefield multiple times in that fight, and then being able to spend really a lot of this fight was the majority of this fight was actually Crute getting takedowns and controlling Benefield. It was just that Benefield would have these big moments where he hurts Crute. But I think Crute can make the adjustments, not get hurt as much or avoid getting hurt, and then be able to put on a grappling affair against Alonzo Benefield. So Crute coming in as a dog, I think that's very good value. And I know he's probably going to end up coming in either a pick 'em or a slight dog. Either way, great value on Crute going in that one. I picked Benefield the first time. I feel he won the fight. But hey, stuff happens. But now it's going to play out in favor of Crute, the younger man, the more well-rounded man, the more technical overall fighter. And he's the young guy, again, all those other accolades, going to come in and get a chance to, fix out what he's, flesh out or sand out his errors in the first fight and be able to pull off a win. So yeah, Crute, money line looking good in that one. I ain't going to say finish or decision look good, because this fight could definitely in a lot of ways. But I think if Benefield win, this is only going to end by KO. I don't think Benefield wins the decision. I think Crute could win a submission. I think he could stop him. I think he could get a decision over him. Yeah, stop him, TKO him, sub him, all the stuff. Whereas I think Benefield's only going to win by knockout. So maybe, I don't know, a KO prop on the side. You kind of feeling hesitant on that one. But I think Crute should be good confidence to win. I ain't going no high or nothing with that. But I think average confidence probably by the time I actually make my picks, that's gonna be that. I ain't gonna go too much to that one. Don't care about that one. Don't care about that one. Jesus Aguilar versus Shannon Ross. Shannon Ross ain't UFC caliber. He don't belong here. Jesus Aguilar should be pretty good money. I ain't going free money, easy money, but um, you should have a good chance to that it's going to cash. Should have a good chance that's going to cash, and I would definitely say that's a parlay piece or in the distance piece. But I'm probably say a good parlay piece right there. I think the value on that probably gonna be like minus 500. Jesus Aguilar minus 400, but we'll see. But yeah, that should be a good one right there. Definitely want to look for as a parlay piece. Definitely want to look out for Jesus Aguilar against Shannon Ross if that fight sticks. Sean Brady just fell out of his car with Jack Della Maddalena, so we don't know if what's his name, Kevin Holland's gonna step in like he said he is, or are they gonna allow him to step in like he said he wants to. But yeah, that fight's no longer on the table with Sean Brady, so nothing to talk about there. Robbie Lawler versus Nico Price. Hesitant on this one, but retiring fighters don't really have the best track record, so Nico Price should be decent money. I ain't saying no easy money, I ain't saying no free money. Probably gonna be like average low confidence here, but it's worth a little investment. It's definitely worth a little investment, or maybe just one of your your little parlays you throw in there just to mix it up a little bit. Maybe throwing in on one of those and stuff like kind of throwing some picks that you aren't as confident or you don't really care too much about, but just like I said, just have something in there, just kind of to be different from what you are like really locked in on your my not so locked in parlay, and sometimes those hit, and you get good value with less. But we'll see where those end up. But yeah, I can't really see going anywhere else but Nico Price in that one. But I can't say like Nico Price is such a stud that just relying on Robbie Lawler being old is going to be enough for me to lean to Nico Price with any great confidence. Another good one, Jalen Turner versus Dan Hooker. I feel like this fight was scheduled before. I think I might have already predicted it. But yeah, Jalen Turner, and I think in the distance should be good money here. Dan Hooker's an amazing fighter. Jalen Turner's an amazing fighter. But Dan Hooker seems like he's on the way out. I don't feel like his offensive wrestling is good enough to really deal with Turner. Then Hooker, is weak to the body, fades. I don't know how he's gonna deal with a guy longer than him, bigger than him. I think Jalen Turner is like on the feet. I think he's just a much more fleshed out, better striker, and I don't think Hooker has the takedown ability to really, consistently be able to take Turner down. I think Turner's going to be able to stop him, probably in the first 2 rounds. So under 1.5 is looking good there. Jalen Turner money line, I'm gonna say is high or lock confidence. So yeah, Jalen Turner looking very good. That's a very good one to look out for. And again, it could also be a parlay piece as well. I ain't gonna talk about that one. Bo Nickel versus Trayshawn Gore. The odds on that one gonna be horrendous, but hey, Bo Nickel is definitely worth a parlay piece. I wouldn't put him in all parlays and go crazy with him because the value is not all that great to even feel like, oh my God, this guy is such a lock. Let me just throw him on every parlay, and then he flops, and it's like you did all that for $10 more on your parlay. Yeah. But maybe look for Bo Nickel in the distance. Yeah, I said throw him a couple parlays, but also got to do parlays without him, even though it's a lock pick. Like I said, Bo Nickel is still this baby boy out there. He ain't really did nothing yet. And Tristan Gore is a scrub. Well, right now has shown to be a scrub. Like I said, he got to definitely change his career around. But right now, I would say he's scrub category. But Bo Nickel should be able to beat him. But there's definitely some factors in there that will make Tristan Gore a little bit more of a threat. Like, he does have a wrestling background, has shown pretty decent takedown defense. It's not like Bo Nickel has the most fleshed out striking. It's opportunities for him to win, but Bo Nickel should be able to win that one and should be able to win in the distance. So, yeah. But, yeah. That one not really worth mentioning. Everybody is going to be on that one. And again, the value ain't all that great. So, man, throw it in the parlay, though. Maybe that'd be one you could do a multi-week parlay. Maybe throw in with this week's fights, throw in with that week's fight, and then throw in with the week after that. And just try to gather all the lock picks. And then you can get some decent value of that without having to break the bank just to make $100 on Bo Nickel. But yeah. Co-main event, I ain't talking about that one. You might want me to talk about that one, but I ain't talking about that one. Main event, I'm going. Ultimately, I already said I'm leaning Volkanovski, so I guess my thing is set in there. I haven't made the actual prediction, but I have done it like in a collab video. I have said my predictions Volkanovski, so I'm gonna stick with it. I ain't switching away from Volkanovski. Nor even if I didn't do that collab video, I would still have been with Volkanovski. But all I'm gonna say in this one is that Yair Rodriguez is a very good No, he's a good dog in this one. He's a very good dog in this one, to be honest. Very good dog. Especially when you look at Volkanovski, like you saw the Max Holloway, well, the second Max Holloway fight when Max Holloway was fighting like a Thai stance and he was, raising his lead leg and he was the Karate Kid in that fight. He was all dropping and picking apart Volkanovski for that first round and a half or first 2 rounds. Yeah, for the first 2 rounds. And then we look at Volkanovski's only loss in his career. Well, he has 2 losses, but even in Makhachev fight, we saw Makhachev have good success with his kicks in that one. And then also when we look at his one loss, well, not his one loss, his one loss prior to Makhachev, when he went up in weight, or when he was up in weight before he dropped down all the way to 45. I think it was at 170, I believe, but don't quote me on that. He was one of the big setups to his finish was getting kicked. Like, so I don't think he does the will. Even though he likes to throw kicks a lot, you feel like that's such a strong point of his game. I don't feel like defensively he doesn't deal that well with kicks. He likes people to throw hands with him and stuff, and he likes to thwart their game by kicking with them, kicking their legs, and like that's one of his game. Like he likes to really take the weight off your lead leg, attack the inside, take the outside of your leg, throw off your timing, throw off your plant foot. That's what he likes to do. But I think he himself does not like to be kicked. I don't think no one likes to be kicked. No one likes to be punched. But a lot of times people start to do things that they don't like. They start making things that they don't like a specialist, that one of their go-to moves, because they know that they don't like it. So they're going to do what they don't like to other people, and they become special. Like body snatchers be people that don't like getting hit to their own body. Like they be all ripping everybody else to the body. And you start going to their body, like 25% they're all like, wait a second, this guy, he the body snatcher, but this guy's body kind of low-key weak. This guy doing leg kicks, but he got low-key got thin legs. Like I do one leg kick, this guy limping. Like, what? That's what I'm saying. This guy always going for the chin shots, but low-key this guy got zero chin. And I feel like that's Volkanovski to an extent. I feel like he don't do that well when people start to kick him back. When we start to switch some kicks to the body, switch some kicks to the head. And on top of that, Yair Rodriguez is so unorthodox. That's probably another reason why Volkanovski probably knows in himself, like, that's low-key that's high-key one of my weaknesses. I saw how much success Holloway had when he was kicking before he started going back to his box, and then he became predictable when I was able to deal with his 65-inch reach, little T-Rex arms. Even though I'm way shorter than him, I got longer arms than him. He always comes behind the jab a lot of times, so I know that's where it's coming. Like, he's not really setting up, mixing up. I could deal with that, but once somebody coming out here with all these mixed varieties of kicks and stuff, I don't know how to deal with that as much. I think Yair could pose an issue there, but this turned into a prediction video. But hey, I think Yair Rodriguez has a good chance, and probably in the distance. But I think Yair Rodriguez is definitely an interesting pick here. Again, this is not me saying, oh, this is the pick to go with. A lot of the other picks I said on this video were picks to go with, but this one is like, I'm picking Volkanovski, but I think Yair could be a good, hedge, put him in a hedge parlay. So if you pick Volkanovski, you feel like so settled in Volkanovski, it's not gonna hurt to, and you settled in on Volkanovski, and you probably got a good parlay you feel confident in. Guys, you probably gonna make plus 1,000 value on something in it, but switch that. You feel confident everyone in that pick, but switch Volkanovski out for a hedge parlay with Yair Rodriguez, and yeah, that probably gonna be like plus 1,500 now or something. Maybe plus 2,000, might jump to plus 2,000 at that point. But anyway, yeah, hedge parlay Yair Rodriguez, and maybe hedge in the distance, because if it's a good value on that, because he probably looking at Volkanovski, the odds probably gonna be good on decision. I mean, good on in the distance, because they probably feel if Volkanovski gonna win, it's most likely gonna be a grinded out decision. He don't really finish most people, so they probably feel the odds going to lean to decision being probably minus 300, minus 200, and finish probably going to be like, or in the distance probably be like plus 100, plus 200, plus 150. So it could definitely, Volkanovski could definitely finish one, but if Yair Rodriguez wins, most likely only going to be by finish. Probably like such a well-timed, crafty head kick, or the fact that he was able to get Volkanovski so worried about getting dropped, probably hurt him a couple times with the kicks, and have him so worried about a kick that he get caught with a punch. And also something I noticed in Makhachev fight, a lot of times, Volkanovski's supposed to be such a technical guy, such this, such that. They always stay, but everybody got flaws. Heavyweight to flyweight, everybody got flaws. And I saw a big flaw in Volkanovski's game, at least in that fight. And it was in the Ortega fight as well, because he does his shots, but then he pulls his head right back, or he act like for some reason he think he a tall guy even though he a midget. And you can't be afford to lean back. Like, he'll throw a hook to your body, then he'll come straight back. And all somebody gotta do is wait for him to throw that hook to the body, and be eyes on your opponent. A lot of things people forget. Keep your eyes on your opponent. Look at him. Look him in his eyes. Yeah, I see you. He throw little kicks, say a little hook to the body up. Like I say, you can't just be looking at him. I'm not saying just that, but keep your guards up. Stay tight. Let him hit that to the body. Let him get kind of caught up in his own groove. He throws that hook to the body or throw that kick, but especially right a hook to the body because he got to reach a lot of times because he's short. He got to reach with the hook to the body, but he don't he don't throw the shot. He don't end it off with a jab. He just throws it to the body, and then he comes straight back up. So you can have him maybe fake a jab to his on top, touch his cross his shoulder. Then we coming back up straight up like that, hit him with the cross, and he come back, sleep him. That's why he got dropped by Ortega in that fight that set up that submission. And the guy comes straight back up. He's already a midget. Like I say, his footwork kind of freezes at that point. Then he's coming straight back up on a straight line. Head, he got a big little head. I mean, a little man with a big head. And he coming straight back up. Easy target to be sniped with a shot like a cross or caught with a head kick. That's like the same head kick that Usman got cool with. So if he's coming straight back up, again, you can fake the jab and kind of target find, put the target finder on his shoulder, and then come across with the cross and touch him as he coming back up, or maybe 1-2, how do you do it? It's a 2 fake 2 1 head kick. I think that's what it's like. Fake 2 1 head kick, and that all those things I think we could catch him. I think those are all in Yair's arsenal, but it's probably gonna be more so a head kick with Yair than a punch, but. And if it's a punch, it's probably just going to wobble Volkanovski from Yair. Yair really ain't got hands like that for the most part. But the kick could definitely put Volkanovski to sleep. Again, I'm not picking Yair, but I'm saying he definitely has a live chance, especially when, it does seem like boxers and people that's really trading with hands, they don't really have the best success against Volkanovski. More so, he has issues with kicks or kickers or people who mix in kicks. I think he doesn't defend kicks that well. And again, some of those issues with when he probably throw body shots, he kind of returns straight back up and tries to lean out of the way of shots. And it's already a bad thing for tall guys to do, but it's really a terrible mistake for a short guy to do. But yeah, but Yair definitely got a good shot here. Yeah, I'm not sleeping on him. Probably average confidence Volkanovski. Ain't going no high, no lock with him. I ain't putting no max investment in Volkanovski. I know how good he is, but he's also vulnerable. And Yair is just one of those guys that, definitely can, be spectacular at times and pull it off. So yeah, definitely worth an investment. Definitely worth more so a hedge, I guess. You feeling confident in Volk, you got to set up a good parlay for Volk. This parlay, make a hedge parlay. All the same picks, but put Yair on that one. Or maybe all the same picks, but put in the distance or something on there. And that could still cash if Volkanovski win, because he could definitely finish in the distance. Not Volkanovski, but Yair, we saw I feel like he took a lot of damage against Emmett on the ground, and I feel like Volkanovski much more dangerous on the ground, much better ground to pound, much better overall fighter than Emmett, in my honest opinion. And I feel like if Emmett's able to do those things to him, I feel like Volkanovski can do worse to him. And we saw what Frank Edgar was able to do to him years ago. I'm not saying he's this or that, or not doing no comparison, but I think Volkanovski is good enough to be able to do some serious damage on Yair. And I feel like defensively on the ground, as far as defending punches and stuff, and really shifting the weight of his opponent in his guard, I don't feel like he's all that phenomenal at that. So I feel like he can be susceptible to taking a lot of damage while he's in it, holding on, while he has Volkanovski in his guard. So definitely in the distance could be good for both. Definitely more so Yair, but again, it will cash for both. If the fight ends in the distance, it's gonna cash for both. So maybe still hoping that both of these parlays cash. But yeah, he's definitely worth a whole parlay dedicated to him, or with him in the leading the last lap versus the Volkanovski. Bobby don't want to put the same exact money on both. You probably could say, I'm gonna put 1,000 on the Volk parlay. I'll put 100 or something on the Yair parlay. So yeah, that's my take for UFC 290. That was my first look. The picks, where maybe my eyes, where I'm looking, where there could be some investments, some bets placed for UFC 290, Volkanovski versus Rodriguez. So yeah, that's the video. Again, thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for more videos. This is UFC 290, Volkanovski versus Rodriguez.